Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be sharing my recipe for gingerbread, and this is something that I love to make for family and friends at Christmas time. You're going to need 220 grams of softened butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of molasses or golden syrup if you can't find molasses, 1 egg. The spices that you're going to need are half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, 2 teaspoons of ginger, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I've just mixed them all into one bowl to make it easy. You also want a decent pinch of salt and half a teaspoon of baking soda or bicarb soda. And the last ingredient is 3 to 3.5 cups of plain or all-purpose flour. Now the amount of flour you use is going to depend on the weather on the day and also the climate you live in. What you want is a dough that is nice and soft but not too sticky. So to get started, cream your butter and brown sugar together in a mixer. Now if you've never creamed anything before, what you want is the butter sugar mixture to go nice and light. The colour's going to lighten, and it's also going to go like the texture of a really soft fluffy icing. I like to combine it on a low speed first, and once it's just combined, mix it all together on a faster speed. And once that's done, you can see here how it's nice and light. Grab your molasses or golden syrup and also crack in 1 egg. Then mix that all together on a medium speed until it is combined. Once that's done, scrape down the sides and add in your spices and your baking soda and also your salt. Then you're going to add in your flour, about a cup at a time. You don't want to dump it in all at once or it's not going to turn out right. And I like to do this on a slow speed, just adding it little by little and scraping down the side. Once you're almost at the end of adding in all your flour, your mix is going to struggle, so you might have to do it by hand. And this is the consistency you want. Your brain's probably going to tell you it's way too soft to turn into cookies, but once you've chilled it in the fridge, it will come out nice and firm. Now just divide it into 2 lots to refrigerate, and you do need to chill it. You can't skip this step. Chill it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes, but up to a couple of days is fine too. And when you roll them out, I like to roll it to the thickness of my little finger. Makes for a nice thick gingerbread. And then you're going to bake it for around about 10 minutes on 160 degrees. Just remember that you don't want to over bake a cookie. You don't want it to be going brown. It should feel slightly under to the touch. And then as you let them cool on the trays, they're going to continue cooking. So if in doubt, pull them out early. You can always stick them back in for a minute or two if you have to. And that is all there is to it. Now bonus points if your cookies actually make it to the oven and you don't just eat all that dough raw. I'll see you next time.